Hello there and welcome back. In this video, we are going to make another great app. And this app is going to be pretty fun because we're going to include a few things that we haven't talked about yet. One of the main thing is animation. We're going to have a cool, great animation in this application. All right, so the application is going to be called Mood Scanner. This application will reveal your mood of the day. Okay, so here is the sneak peek to the application of the application. As you can see, we have this title here and it says press and hold to reveal your mood. So once you press and look at that cool animation there, and all of a sudden it stops and tells you no comments. Ooh, you're in a bad mood today, I think. Okay, let's try again. Okay, it's working there. Oh, not my day at all. Although it is my day. I'm always happy, so okay, let's try again. Let's hope for something good. Oh yes, happy camper. Yes, indeed. All right, so this is the application we're going to be building, and as you can see, I also included a really cool background gradient there, and of course we have an image doing some animation here. Okay. All right, so let's get to it. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and say File, New Project. We're going to name it Mood Scanner. Say Next, and Next, and Next, and Finish. Okay, and Android Studio is now taking care of business, creating our new project. All right. Okay, so here we are again. Let's go ahead and get rid of things that we don't necessarily need. That was one of them. Okay. Save that. Okay, so we want to have that amazing great gradient here, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and create a drawable. So new drawable resource, and we're going to call this image BG, stands for background. Say okay. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and create gradient. Okay, now there's one thing I would like to show you. There's a website that I use to get all those gradients. So this is the website. It's called angrytools.com and /gradient, and this is a very great tool. As you can see here, if you're a web developer, you can actually get gradients for your CSS, okay? But as you can see here, there's different tabs that you can use. There's Canvas, SVG, Hex, RGBA, and there is Android here. So what you can do, you can go ahead and, let's say, get a color. Let's say if you want to get this red one here, and you can change here, right? You can see things are changing, and of course you can change the angle. Usually we have been using it 270, okay? You can just change the angle here. We can choose a different colors, make it a little bit different here, and if you know the colors, the hexadecimal values, you can go ahead and input yourself here, okay? But so it's a great tool because then we don't have to go ahead and write many times the same gradients in our code. So it just generates for us. So once you have selected, created your colors, let's say if you want something like this and you want to change to 90 degrees, once you're ready, as you can see here, it changes automatically, right? If you go to Android, then you can just copy this or this one here below, but I usually take the first one, can copy it, and then just delete everything and say Command V. So as you can see, this is exactly the same what we've been, let's take a look at here on light gradient. So that's the gradient we've chosen, and it's showing here right away. So a great tool, and as usual, you can still go ahead here if you change your mind. You can go ahead and change the colors there, and guess what? It will immediately show the changes too. So it's really, as you notice, it's really quick, and you don't have to go ahead and type in all of these attributes yourself. So that's exactly what I've been using. And so I encourage you to go to this site whenever you want to create a gradient. So and just create your own here. Look for what you want, the colors you need, and just and then copy this shape here for Android. Make sure it's here in Android. Copy it and just paste onto your XML file that you just created here. Okay. So again, it's angrytools.com gradient. Now, of course, this is not what I want for this app right now. So I've already created mine. So I'm just going to copy it and paste here. And there it is. And this is the color, the gradient I want. Okay, let's save that while we are at it. So let's go ahead and create another one called finger background. Okay. Finger BG. So drawable. And I already have that set up. So I'm just copy and paste. So save us time. That's perfect. Okay, so now we can go ahead and start putting things together. Let's go to our activity main there and give it a background. So we say background. There it is, and go to drawable, and let's say and go ahead and call our image background there. All right, so image, and it should populate for us. There it is, and all of a sudden, bah, there it is. It changed. Looking really good. All right, so now that we have that background, let's go ahead and start putting other elements in our user interface. So the first thing we're going to say text view. This is going to be our title text view. I'm going to say wrap content. Perfect, and we're going to give it an ID. We're going to just call it title text. That's easy. And then we're going to give it a text size. Well, since we said text. A text size, there it is. We're going to say 34 dp, that's fine. And then let's say text style to be bold. We want it to be bold. And let's center horizontal, so that it's horizontally centered. Okay. Let's give it a padding of 20 dp. While we are here, let's go ahead and give some text title there. Let's say mood scanner, and we should see it there. All right. Perfect. Well, it's kind of dark, so we want to give it a different color so that we can see it. So how do we do that? I'll say text color, consider pound, say FAF, FB, FAB, FAB. Looking good. All right, the next thing we're going to go ahead and create a subtitle here. So we're going to get text view again. So wrap content. Let's give it an ID. I'm going to call it text explain. Okay, let's go ahead and say then, give it a text size. Say text size. There we go. Text size. What size? Let's say 15 dp. That's fine. And let's go ahead and give a text color. I'll just say FFFF. That's fine. And let's give it text so we can actually see there. And let's go ahead and say string. And we haven't created it, so we're going to say string, and then we're going to say text explain. Okay, so let's go ahead and actually go to values and strings and create our string here. That's title. We're going to say then press and hold to reveal your mood. Save. If we go back here, we should then see, oh, this say to style. We just want to say text. There it is. Perfect. And as you see, it's at the top here, so that's no good. We have to align it, say layout below. So at D, we want it to be below our mood scanner here. So we're gonna go and say title text, because that's the ID of our text view here, the mood scanner, and all of a sudden you see it is now below mood scanner. That's wonderful. Now let's center it. Let's say center, horizontal, let's say true. Perfect. And all of a sudden there it is. And once we're done with that, let's go ahead and put our image view. Now this image view will hold the thumb fingerprint, right? As we can see here. Take a look again. It's going to be this here. Okay? Now you'll notice, now I did a little trick here, so there is actually two image views on top of each other here. That's it's something we will talk more about as we finish up putting together this UI view here, okay? And I'll explain more into details. This first image view, we're going to give a set width, so 1200 dp. And let's give this one, let's say 304 dp, okay? So that's where it is. Let's go ahead and give it an ID. So ID, let's call it background scanner, okay? Let's say center, horizontal to true. And let's put it below our press and hold to reveal. So below text explain. Perfect. And let's give it a little bit of a margin on the top there. So we can say margin top, let's give it a 4 dp. That's fine. That's good. Looking good. Now let's go ahead and give it a background source. Let's say source and say drawable, and let's go and get our finger background here. So called finger background. This is the background for our thumb image, okay? Now let's go ahead and create another image view that will hold the actual thumb, okay? So this one here, we're gonna give it a width of 200 dp, and also 304 dp for height. So let's give it an ID. We're gonna call this thumb print, okay? And then let's, while we're here, let's say center to be true, horizontally, okay? And then let's go ahead and lay out below. We want it below the press and hold. So this text explain here. So we can then say text explain. By doing that, you notice it just fits in with the other image view here, right? Because both of them, if you notice, both of them are below the same item, which is this text view here. That's why they are on top of each other, which is exactly what we want, because this is where our thumb is going to be located. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and get the actual thumb fingerprint image to show here. So the first thing we're going to do, so we're going to go ahead and say drawable, right click and go to reveal in Finder. And drawable here, and you can see we already have the finger background, image background, which is this one, so we know we are in the right place. And I'm going to go ahead and copy a few images here that I already created. So the first one, let's see here, and I'm going to copy over here, Command V. So I've got a few images here. I've got this animation 1, animation 3, and animation 2. As you can see, that's what we're going to use to animate, to do some frame animation. And of course, we've got these thumb fingerprints here, which is what we want to put here. Okay, so we got everything there now. Let's close out of this. And if we just do this, you can see everything is included now. So now we can reference it. So now here in our image, let's go ahead and say, okay, so let's go ahead and say source, src, drawable, and we're gonna go ahead and get our thumb fingerprints, which is that image. There it is. Can you see that? Okay, now we have our thumb. And let's go here at the bottom. we're going to go ahead and create another text view which will hold our result. So the result's going to be whether, well, the first one is going to be our text title. Now this text view is it's going to be the title that says your mood, and then at the bottom is going to say your mood is, and then displayed the mood of the day. Okay, so we're going to say wrap content, and let's give it an ID, of course. Say ID, so result title. Let's give it text so we can see things to the right here. For now, we just say your mood. Save. Okay, it's gonna be right there, not where we want it to be, but we'll fix that just in a moment. Let's give it text size of 18 dp. Let's go ahead and also give it a text style to be normal, and let's give it a text color. Gonna see BEFF. Okay, that works. There it is. Now let's say layout margin top. Let's give it a 6 dp. Not much change you're gonna see there, but now let's center it to be true horizontally. Okay, and let's go ahead and say below. We want it to be below this here, so it's going to be somewhere around here. Okay, so we're going to say below the thumb print, so below this image view here. So there it is. That's excellent. It's looking good. Now the last thing we're going to do here, we're going to say text view. We're going to say wrap content again. Let's give this an ID. This is the actual result, right? The actual text. They say, oh, you are happy or you're sad. Okay, let's give it an ID of result text. Okay, it's a text size, say 20 dp. Let's say text style. Let's make it normal. And text color, we're going to say BB FF1521. Okay, that's kind of a red. And let's go ahead and say center horizontal to be true. Let's give it a text so we can see where things are located. Let's say hello. Oh, it's over there at the top, not where we want it to be. Okay, we can change that right now. What are we going to say now? We can say below. We want to be below our this mood, your mood here. So it's going to be the ID. It's going to be a result text, and voila! All of a sudden, I'm sorry, it's going to be the result title. There it is, and as you can see, move to the bottom, which is what we want. Okay, let's give it a little padding at the top here so that it moves a little bit down here. So let's say margin top. Let's give it how about 6 dp. All right, it moved a little bit down here. That's perfect. That looks great. So as you can see, we are pretty much done with our design of this great application, great app that we're building here. Okay, so in the next video, we're gonna go ahead and create our animation and tie everything together in Java so that we can have the whole application working. All right, so I'll see you in the next video.